I put my $2,000 MacBook Pro in a drawer and I used Apple's brand new $600 MacBook Neo for an entire week. Everyone online is saying that because this runs on a recycled iPhone chip, it's basically just an iPad with a keyboard. But after 7 days of daily use, I found out that buying a standard Windows laptop right now is a massive mistake. If you only have $600 to $700 to spend, you're about to get an absolute tank of a machine. But there's one catch that I found that it might ruin this laptop for you in a year or two. First, let's see what's in the box. The laptop greets you with a pull tab that says hello. And of course, we got the laptop itself. We got some paperwork, no stickers, a 20-watt charging brick, the same one found in the iPads, and a beautifully braided cable. This Neo is the indigo color, which the keyboard itself matches with the outside color. And this was what's in the box. Let's talk about the build quality. Look at basically any $600 Windows laptop or a Chromebook right now. It's almost always made out of cheap flexing plastic. The MacBook Neo uses the exact same aluminum chassis as the Premium Pro lineup. Like it actually... Oh god, like it actually feels like a $2,000 laptop. They brought back fun colors like citrus, indigo, and blush. But Apple didn't give you everything for free. They had to cut some corners to hit the price. You only get 2 USB-C ports and they're not created equal. The left one is your fast lane for external drives and monitors. The right one is USB-C 2.0, that's your slow lane strictly for charging. You also lose the backlit keyboard. You probably won't even realize how much that matters until you're typing in bed at midnight and literally cannot see a single key. But they made it up with the solid 1080p webcam and side-firing stereo speakers that sound unbelievable, and a 500 nit display that destroys any display in this price bracket. And they kept the perfect one-finger open hinge. But looking good doesn't matter if you can run any apps, so let's talk about performance. The Neo is powered by the A18 Pro. Yes, it is an iPhone chip. You would think running a full Mac desktop on a phone processor will be sluggish, and it's not. On single-core performance, this phone chip actually beats the legendary M1 chip from the MacBook Air. When you open Chrome, Excel, Spotify, it is snappier and more responsive than a dedicated laptop chip just from a few years ago. Most people are going to compare this into a mid-range Windows laptop like the Lenovo Yoga 7. On multi-core tests, the Yoga scores around 8,100, while the Neo hits over 8,900. It outperforms a dedicated Intel machine, and it does it in complete silence. No fan, plus you get 16 hours of battery life. And the biggest difference is when you unplug the Neo, you keep the same exact performance, while when you unplug the Windows, the performance drops off a cliff. Also, just take a listen to the speakers on both devices.
You pull me down, 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 down. I try to turn it around. You pull me down, 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 down. I try to turn it around.
In the MacBook Neo, it just sounds full. There's bass, mids, and highs, while the Windows laptop, it just sounds like a metal tin can. While the Lenovo does have some aluminum, the bottom is plastic and the metal is thin, so it flexes. While the Neo is solid, there are some upsides to the Lenovo. It does give you double the RAM, a backlit keyboard, and way more ports. But it's also a Windows, so you don't get the Apple ecosystem. Some might like it, some might not. So what was the massive catch that I warned you about? This laptop comes with 8 gigs of memory in 2026. 8 gigs is not enough. It is just enough to survive. But macOS is smart. It uses your SSD as swap memory to keep your 20 Chrome tabs running. But as you start to fill up that SSD over the years with photos and videos, that safety net shrinks. This machine will start to feel a bit slow. If they upgrade this to 12 gig memory next year, it will be a perfect device. And I think that's why they didn't do it this year. It will be too perfect. People that are buying the Air will just buy this instead. After using it for a week, here's my real-world experience. Performance-wise, I had no issues. I had a bunch of Chrome tabs open, Spotify, Excel notes, and I even edited a 4K video and it handled with no problem. But it uses swap memory constantly, even with the basic tasks. One time I had nothing open and I was still using swap memory. Honestly, I'm a little nervous about the longevity of this laptop. A few other quick notes from my week. The trackpad is mechanical, but it clicks everywhere. It bends a little bit on the corners, but it's still better than any Windows laptop. And I love having no notch. The bezels are a little thick, but seeing the full menu bar is great. And the lock button on the lower models works a little weird. Just tapping on it does not work. You have to like...
Accessibility.
or that will happen. Just tapping on it does not work. You have to like long press, then it locks the computer. I don't know, that was like the one thing I thought that it would, make sense to press it once. And I also love the color, especially this one. I thought I would hate it, but I think it looks nice. Especially like comparing this, the black one, I'm like, this is so basic. I would love to have this on a Pro. Apple, can we do this, please? I can't wait for that. Like, when I had this, I'm like, dang, I would love to like replace this just to get this color. But regardless of the quirks, people are loving this thing. I was in New York for the launch day in Fifth Avenue Apple Store, and within 3 hours, the citrus and the blush colors were completely sold out. In fact, Tim Cook just tweeted that Mac just had its best launch week ever for first-time Mac customers. And currently, all of the colors with all the configurations are sold out. You have to wait like 2 weeks to get it in the Apple Store. And lots of those buyers are probably choosing between this and the iPad. The Neo wins because of macOS. You get full desktop versions of apps. When you compare the base iPad and a $300 Apple keyboard to the $600 MacBook Neo, the price is identical. But the Neo gives you a so much more capable operating system. Unless you specifically need a touchscreen for drawing, the Neo is a far better value. The base model starts from $600 for 256 gigs of storage, but it lacks Touch ID. The 512 gig version gives you Touch ID for $700. And if you go to the Apple Education website, it starts from $500. So who is this for? If you're a student, parent, or someone who just needs a laptop that works perfectly without that Windows lag, buy this immediately. If you're a heavy creator rendering 4K videos, you might want to skip this and save that extra money and buy a refurbished MacBook with 16 gigs of RAM. For everyone else, this is literally the ultimate everyday machine. What are your thoughts on this $600 iPhone-powered Mac? Let me know in the comments and like and follow for more.